Hi, I'm Brian Moran, founder of Government CIO. Welcome to Government CIO Magazine.
Hello, Bill Giandoni here from Government CIO Magazine. Today we are talking with Dr. Danny Harris, Chief Information Officer at the Department of Education.
It's a good question. It's one actually that kind of makes me smile because you see over the next couple of years, the budget has been lean for a number of years. But given that, I think certainly it calls for more rigor in IT investment management and more than anything else, project management. I think OMB's 25-point plan really highlights something that we've known for many years, and that is, are we optimizing the federal IT dollar? And so more than anything else, we're looking at how do we take not just the shrinking dollar, but whatever dollar we get, how do we take that dollar and optimize that dollar? And certainly the best way to do it is to make sure at the very beginning of the life cycle that you are choosing the investments that actually make your agency better. And secondly, after you choose that investment and you start to spend, that you optimize that dollar and projects are successful. So that's really where we're spending our energy. It's in the ITIM phase of the life cycle. Uh, Another good question. I applaud OMB in issuing that memorandum. It certainly helps CIOs who struggle to convince lines of business owners that they have a responsibility to not just the agency but all of their stakeholders in optimizing and making sure their projects go well. The TechStat allows you to do that. It formally allows you to do that. Again, here in the Department of Education, we haven't had that problem. The CIO has always been a central place that evaluated projects, but the TechStat allows us to do it in a formal kind of way, and it's yield results already. We have not shut down any projects, but we certainly have issued recommendations on how to improve projects. So I think it's yielding positive results. Thank you so much for that question. I moved over to the CIO seat from the deputy CFO seat that I held for a number of years, about 3 or 4 years ago. And the reason I came over to CIO was not to simply put an infrastructure in place and put PCs on the table. That has to be done, but on some days that's boring. I actually came over to uh, transition the CIO organization into a service provider. And that's how I view the CIO role, the contemporary CIO role. We don't simply just provide devices and infrastructures. We should be helping the lines of businesses understand uh, what the information system lifecycle is all about. What are the new technologies? What are the optimizing technologies? What are those technologies that can help them solve business problems? And so that's kind of how we've done it here in CIO. We now have lines of business owners calling us at the point of concept saying, hey, we've got this idea. Can you all help us figure out how to solve this business problem? And the really exciting thing about it is sometimes we don't need to throw technology at it. Sometimes it's simply changing a business process, changing how you do it, not the technology used to do it. But more times than not, we do bring new technologies to the table to solve business problems. And that's very exciting. Two primary impacts I see. Obviously, the first one that comes to mind is cost. When you look at what we spend per email box today, we can get it in the cloud for one-fifth the cost. We are slow adopters of it here at the department, and when I was interviewed over a year ago, I made the statement, when the security paradigm is solid, I am ready to move that day. We have now seen through USDA, GSA, Interior, it is no longer vaporware, it is no longer a concept, it's real. So we're ready to move and take advantage of what a cloud has to offer from a cost perspective. But the other term that really is important to me is agility. Uh, Currently, the acquisition lifecycle is what stops concepts from going from zero to warp speed quickly. And we believe that the cloud paradigm that allows you to provision quickly will allow us to take a customer's business problem and provide them a solution that we can get to modularly in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, not 24 months, not 36 months. So that's what we're really excited about. We're solving a problem that I continue to see across the federal space, and that is oftentimes folks will not include the training aspect of the life cycle in their total cost of ownership. Every project you see us do, the total cost of ownership includes the entire training phenomenon. How we're going to do it, when we're going to do it, is it just in time, is it train the trainer? And we build the cost in as well as a solid training plan. So that's pretty much how we do it. We make sure that we're not coming in after the fact saying, oh, wow, we've got to train people to do this. Absolutely, positively not. Make sure you view this one. Make sure you show this one on the video. Oftentimes when I'm interviewed, I'm asked, hey, Danny, what are your top 3 to 5, investments and initiatives? Number 1 is IT security, IT information assurance. Number 2 is IT security, information assurance. And number 3 is IT security, information assurance. And to illustrate that, about 24 months ago, I approached the Secretary, Arnie Duncan, and the Deputy Secretary, Tony Miller, and answered the question that they always ask me, Danny, what keeps you up at night? And what keeps me up at night from an IT security perspective is what I don't know. There's a lot I know, and we work hard to remediate those things. But there is so little that we know about our IT posture that kept me up at night. And I asked them, I said, give me a pot of money that I can go out and do a comprehensive, something that very few agencies do, a comprehensive IT security review from top to bottom, every router, every switch, every database, every server. And let's find out once and for all what I should be wasting sleep over. We're at the tail end of that now, and the results are staggering. They're kind of frightening, but they're less frightening than knowing what you don't know, or not knowing what you don't know. And so I've got a huge shot in the arm 18 to 24 months ago in terms of information assurance and putting money where our mouth is. I mentioned 6, and again, a little redundant. The first 3 are IT security and information assurance. As I indicated, we just completed a massive review, and we've got enough data to keep us busy for 10 years. And so we're going to be working on that. Probably the 4th issue is bringing in collaboration tools and working with our employees to utilize and optimize and become more efficient using those collaboration tools. We talk about saving dollars, but quite frankly, there aren't really a lot of dollars to save. And so how do we actually get dollars back? You get it back at the employee layer. How do you reduce, over time, reduce the level of effort so that employees can focus on new work? And we feel that collaboration tools like SharePoint will allow us to do that as we bring more of our business processes to the collaboration front. So that's 3rd. One of the ones that is near and dear to my heart is our grants consortia business. As you may know, along with HHS and the National Science Foundation, we are one of the consortia leads for grants management. And that is our core competency. That is what we do best. And we're currently working with 3 or 4 agencies to actually bring them on and service their grants. So we're very, very excited about that. And then probably the 6th item would be we're getting ready to implement a new acquisition system. And so we're working very hard on that. I would say those are our top. If you say, just IT initiatives, I would say those are our top 6.